Your 2025 is going to be another completely wasted year unless you change your relationship with Allah Azza wa Jal, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the reason I say that is because as Muslim entrepreneurs, we tend to get too fixated. We get hyper fixated on our business goals and our monetary goals. And to be honest, some of our egos are a lot bigger than they should be. I can tell you now, there was a period in my life where my ego was absolutely huge. I used to be like, I made 10K per month. You know, all my hard work, blah, blah, blah. Of course, it all came from Allah. And I want to show you in this video, inshallah, how you can change the relationship that you have with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that it's not just a relationship, it's not just something that you visit 5 times a day, just to pray, get it over and done with, go back to the kind of the life that you're pursuing. Because in reality, the only thing you are pursuing is what Allah has decreed for you to pursue. What I mean by that is, a lot of the time we think we understand why we're doing certain things. We think it's because of our desires, we think it's because we want to do them, we think it's because we've been told to do them. When in reality, إِنَّ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ خَلَقْنَاهُ بِقَدَرٍ. Everything has been created, predestined, predetermined. And what you're doing with your desires is basically going in a certain direction that Allah has already chosen for you. And I like to think that most of our desires lead us to something that benefits the Ummah, benefits the Muslims, now and in the future. I don't think they just benefit us, because it stops being about what your goals are and it stops being about who you're becoming in the process. That is your main goal, is to become the best person that you can be. So for you to understand this is that your relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the closer you are to Allah, the closer you become, the closer you get to being the person you're supposed to be. Right? And your goals are all going to be achieved depending on who you are. You don't just make 10K per month. You become the person who can make 10K per month, the person with the right skills, the right traits, the right beliefs, and all of it comes from Allah Azza wa Jal. And all of it has already been predetermined by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it's almost like a level that you unlock, right? It's like that level's already created for you. Just you're not bothering to try and unlock it. And a lot of the times it's because you're in this crowded, I don't know how to describe it really, because for me, I fear that it's not something that everyone has dealt with. That's the thing. I assume they have, but it basically feels like I'm too zoomed in. And I'm so zoomed into the little details that I've lost track of the bigger picture. And when I lose track of the bigger picture, I feel anxious, I feel stressed, I don't feel connected to anything. I feel incredibly disconnected. And all of that came from really me just pursuing goals without pursuing a goal related to Allah Azza wa Jal. How do you pursue a goal related to Allah Azza wa Jal? Well, I personally think your intentions every single day with work, while you're working, but more specifically, how much taqwa you have during your work, and maybe even just how you see the work itself, because I see work as a form of worship. So I'm thinking of Allah when I'm working. I'm not just thinking I need to make money, I'm thinking of Allah when I'm working. Therefore, the way I work is very, very different. And again, this goes back to, instead of meeting Allah 5 times a day during your prayers, you meet Allah every single second, every single day. And therefore, it kind of zooms you out of the picture and lets you make the right decisions, the better decisions. It also makes you just live a better life. Honestly, I'm like, I know this is going in so many directions maybe, but I'm so convinced that when I look out, by the way, the view is absolutely beautiful, then I'll look out here, I don't see something I've achieved, I see something I've been given. And the more things I've been given, the closer I get to Allah and get to my goals, of course, because I do have goals. But I try and always link those goals to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The work that I do is linked to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The life that I try and live is linked to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I generally believe that some of my goals aren't gonna, I'm gonna die one day, right? So the more I pursue my goals, the more I pursue my ambitions, inshallah, the more they benefit those who come after me. Not just myself and my kids, my wife and everybody that comes after me, right? This mindset that I have lets me zoom out so much that there's no more anxiety around work. There's no more anxiety, there's no more pressure basically around the work that I do and the life that I live, alhamdulillah. And there's just Allah. This is for Allah. Whether I realize it in some way or not, this is for Allah. Because I'm gonna get judged based on who I am, who I affected, what I did to people. When it comes to my money, it's like, how did I make my money? How did I spend my money? It's all to do with other people and how I affected other people as well. Because, I don't know. The more I zoom into things, the more I get stuck in the details, basically forgetting about Allah, to be honest with you. The worse my life gets in general. And it doesn't mean I don't hit my goals. It's just nothing in my life has particularly changed since I started making a lot of money. Nothing at all. And in reality, a lot of the things I thought would change haven't happened yet, or they were just meaningless. And when I reflect on those times, I'm like, well, alhamdulillah, I'm very, very grateful for the fact that I'm Muslim, but I'm most importantly very grateful that in this journey, the biggest thing that's changed is how close I am to Allah. Because my money could be taken away, everything could be taken away from me, right? But I still have my skills, I still have Allah in my heart, and I still have the journey that I've gone through. Because money comes and goes, but my life is going. There's no more coming, right? The second I'm born, I'm a ticking time bomb, and I think it's the same with you. all of us. So reflect on this in the fact that 2025 will know it's not about the goals. It's not about it's not about setting more ambitious goals to achieve more money. It's not about changing your business model you're working on. You haven't been doing anything wrong other than avoiding getting close to Allah. And if you want to make money, if you want to get your goals, if you want to get married, if you want all of these beautiful things, then just get closer to Allah. Because the person you become in the process of getting close to Allah is definitely going to be someone who is capable of making more money. Because the work that you do, because of course that's still a goal you're going to be working towards, the goal that you do, you're going to be doing with different intentions, right? Different niyyah, different purpose. So yeah, I honestly just wanted to make a video on this because I've had it on my mind and I haven't been able to articulate it the best I can. So inshallah it makes sense. And if it does, that's perfect. But if you want to take 2025 seriously, inshallah, obviously you want to get close to Allah and still achieve your money goals. There's a free school community for you to join. I'll get to speak to you in there, inshallah. There's loads of stuff in there with the brothers and sisters that we've got, entrepreneurs serious about achieving their goals. So inshallah, I'll see you in there if you're serious about achieving your goals, of course, in 2025 while prioritizing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Anyways, I'll let you enjoy the view one more time. Beautiful, beautiful view of Marseille. So much green. Very nice and sunny, and inshallah I'll see you soon. Assalamu alaikum.